Okay, here we are on All Season Adventures again. Guys might wonder why I stopped at the Scotiabank quickly. It's not typically your All Season Adventures hangout location, but I like documenting what I've done throughout my life somewhat, and I can finally say I finally own my house now. Finally paid off, so that's a huge accomplishment for that. Got some 80 proof moonshine that we'll be drinking and celebrating in the back of this rig afterwards. But anyhow, oh yeah, another thing too, as I was taking off, not sure if you guys remember a while back I mentioned that I didn't have four-wheel drive working on my truck. Well, bam, got some brand new Warren locking hubs, so we'll put those for next camping trip. But anyhow, what you guys might have turned on to this video for is for my new bike, my KTM 525 EXC. So let's go take a quick peek at that. Okay, there she is, right there. She is, I swear, she was clean before we took off. She's a little bit dirty now. Looks like I've got some neighbors too. But anyhow, let me quickly offload her, bring it to the front, and we'll talk a little bit more about her and give you my first impressions before a ride, and then we'll give you impressions after a ride. I can tell a little bit snowy, so not an ideal impression. So without further ado, let's get her offloaded and get this show started. Cheers. Okay, as you guys can tell, we got the bike offloaded. I'm going to show you guys a quick walk around, tell you a few things I like about the bike, dislike, and I want to go for a ride. We'll say the same thing, likes and dislikes, and I'll show you what I've done on mods so far and what I plan on doing on for mods in the future. Let's go take a quick walk around and take a peekaboo. Okay, for starters, I gotta say I do love the styling of the bike. Like, I did look at a lot of those DRZs, and like I like this style too. They look like smaller KLRs, but they haven't changed since 2000, since they came out. In my opinion, they are sharp-looking bikes, but lots of people say they're a little bit dated. Well, in my opinion, the KTM, this one is actually a 2004, and to today's standards, let's go where you guys can see better. There you go. Today's standards, in my opinion, she's still a pretty sharp looking bike. So what does this thing have for mods so far? It came with a bigger gas tank, which is kind of nice because we do plan on doing some big trips with this guy. Nice thing. Electric start, that definitely comes in handy. When I first got the bike, it had nothing on the handlebars except for this puny tiny mirror, which was useless. What I've done, I put one of these double take mirrors, something like that. They're pretty nice. Then I have to put a little mount for my phone mount. And then I got a little GPS mount so I know where I'm at. And also got this little tool pouch, pretty good so far. So far I've only driven it on burnout day, where I did do a little bit of donuts for my birthday, and then took it for a few little spins on the pave. So far so good. We'll do a little snow trial test in a little bit. What else can I tell you guys about this here unit? For future mods that I plan on doing, I actually do have not a metal rack, green chili luggage rack. It's no frameless rack, something like that. It all works on straps, and then they used to incorporate tire irons for rigidity, which they don't anymore, but I plan on changing that and putting up some tire irons. Then besides the rack system, I'm definitely going to put a seat concept seats, because I haven't seen a bike yet that comes with a good factory seat, especially dirt bikes. And for this summer, I do plan on driving this bike. It's probably going to be a 4,000 to 5,000 kilometer trip to Nova Scotia, PEI, New Brunswick, Old Maritimes, and back. And so for that, I will have a tank bag, of course, and I got some side luggage and stuff. I'll show you a picture somewhere here. I kind of roughly dressed it out. So she's carburetor. You guys know All Season loves his carburetors. That's awesome. Chalk, she is a little bit tall for me. At some point we'll work a little bit on the tuning up for suspension setup. She's only weight 260 pounds compared to the KLR. KLR is over 400 pounds, so that's going to be a huge difference. Performance wise, she's around 60 horsepower. KLR is a bit over 30 horsepower, so we got almost half the weight, almost twice the horsepower, so that should be a little bit of a change. And then it's pretty close to what I have for my CRF 450X as far as weight and performance levels. So I think that's enough jibber jabber. Let's go try her out on the snow and see how she handles. So, oh yeah, I also got a new GoPro, so time to put that to the test. Stay tuned, my friends. Cheers. Oh shit, this is a little bit dirtier. Let me quickly wipe that off for you guys. Okay, like that. While riding with the GoPro, I did have the cam going in the helmet. I got no idea if you guys heard it or not, so in case you didn't, guess I gotta try to re-say all the jibber jabber I was saying while on the trail. So just got this thing back for a ride, and I gotta say I love it. It's a blast. Had a couple close calls on the ice, a little bit sketchy, a little bit dicey, but compared to the CRF, pretty similar to CRF. I know their specs are pretty close. This thing I can take on the road. It's got a speedometer. That's pretty cool. That's kind of nice. I like that. Compared to the KLR, oh my god, this is way better than the trail. Way more peppy. Like it's twice the power, half the weight almost. So it's amazing. One little thing that I don't like, I know I mentioned on the trail whether you guys heard me or not, but this thing, you guys can see here, there's no key. No key on this thing. Right now you can't start. You can still push the button. It'll turn all at once and it'll never start. But yeah, once you have it there, then you got no lights, then you got low beam, high beam, and these three settings she'll start, but it won't start any other thing. So that means anyone can just come and steal the bike as is right now. But my plan for that, just hold on a second. Yeah, my plan for that is I got one of these little things there that says remove before flight. My plan is to put a disc lock around there, a real high quality one, and then with a lanyard that'll just hook, I don't know, I just hooked that. I'm sure I can hook it up somewhere. There we go. I just hooked that somewhere like that. Anyhow, as a reminder that, hey, you're gonna go head over heels if you don't remember to undo your lock. So let me know in the typewriter section if it's a good idea or not. Overall, so far, I love this bike. I know I'm gonna have a blast with it. I can't wait to turn it into a light adventure bike. My biggest pet peeve right now is the seat. Sitting on it, it's not the most comfiest thing. Like, you're sitting on a freaking on a piece of plywood almost. It feels like. I know the seat concept seat have done miracles on my other bikes. Need a lot of miracles to make it comfy on this one. We'll see. But you know what? It is the first riding day of the season, so bit by bit, I know I'll get more used to it. So I think that'll wrap it up here. Time for me to go open up that shine and have myself a few drinks and celebrate my house mortgage being done. So till next time, thanks for watching. Remember to live, and cheers. Okay, well, I guess I just can't wrap up my conclusion there after just having a crash. I just tried. One little side note for you guys, I highly suggest when you get a new... Let me quickly wash that camera again for you guys. There we go. One little tip I suggest for you guys, as you guys purchase a new vehicle, well, used new vehicle, whatever. Right now I've been doing it on my phone. Every time I do any type of tiny little mechanical job on this thing, I put all the wrenches and sockets that I used aside. Right now, I'm missing a 4. Kind of sucks because unfortunately that's the size that I need to unscrew this and readjust it. But as soon as I'm done filming here, putting things away, I'm going to jot down a little list of the tools I need and build myself my ultimate KTM 525 toolkit. But anyhow, the bike on snow. She's not ideal on ice, I'll tell you that much. Maybe next year we'll put some studs on her. Yeah, so how did she take the crash? like that. It just bent our, it actually didn't bend anything. If I had the socket to undo these here, I could just rotate this here back into shape. I'm sure if I hit it hard enough with a hammer, I could get it, but why scratch my paint wagon? It'll be a simple fix when I get back home. But like that, other than that, if I had the proper tools on me, should be good to go. No damage at all whatsoever. Besides that, I'm sure there'll be lots more crashes to come. Just so you guys know, this summer, me and the wife, miss all season. We plan on doing, gonna drive all the way down to Nova Scotia, see the family. The way we're going to do this trip, I'm going to take about a week on the KTM, taking as many side roads, dirt roads as I can, do lots of exploring. So it should be a good trip on the KTM. And then she'll take off a week later and meet me in Heartland, New Brunswick. And then we'll tee up and then go to Nova Scotia, see the family for a weekend. Then keep on touring, go to PEI, check out a bunch of stuff in PEI, and then New Brunswick and go back home. So plan on checking Magic Mountain, PI, check out Sandspit, so we'll show you guys that stuff. So this way, that summer, it'll be a great test for the KTM, and then I'll have an ultimate review for you guys, because it'll be around, I don't know, maybe 1,500 kilometers, taking trails, side roads, avoiding highways like the plague, and then it'll be probably that much or more a pave. So that'll be a good ultimate light adventure bike test, so stay tuned for that, my friends. So with that in mind, until next time, remember to live, and cheers. Stuff comes loose, that's no issue. When stuff breaks, that's when we got issues.